Alright, I came across another article that was dated May 2nd. It says state party officials reportedly displeased with Clinton DNC laundering scheme. Subtitle: Sanders campaign lambasts Clinton for looting funds meant for the state parties to skirt fundraising limits on her presidential campaign. Hillary Clinton's use of a so-called joint fundraising committee through which her presidential campaign, the Democratic National Committee, DNC, and 32 state party committees can solicit big money donors is under fire, not just from rival Bernie Sanders, but also from state party officials and their allies, according to a report. They did a deep dive into the latest Federal Election Commission filings, and which shows that Hillary's Victory Fund has transferred $3.8 million to the state parties, but almost all of that cash, $3.3 million, or 88% of the $3.8 million, was quickly then transferred to the DNC, usually within a day or two, by the Clinton staffer who controls the committee. I wonder what name that person goes under. The analysis continues. By contrast, the Victory Fund has transferred $15.4 million to the Clinton campaign and $5.7 million to the DNC, which will work closely with Clinton's campaign if and when she becomes the party's nominee. And most of the $23.3 million spent directly by the Victory Fund has gone towards expenses that appear to have directly benefited Clinton's campaign, including $2.8 million for salary and overhead, and $8.6 million for web advertising that mostly looks indistinguishable from Clinton campaign ads, and that has helped Clinton build a network of small donors who will be critical in a general election expected to cost each side well in excess of $1 billion. See, this is what Bernie is fighting. Who the heck? I know Bernie has raised, I think he said 8 million, was it? I think he has 8 million small donors. That's what he said. I think I don't know what he's made, but who the hell is gonna, normal everyday person, if there was an intelligent person that went to local government, started small, worked their way up, who can afford $1 billion? Unless you go to, lobbyists or special interest groups to get money. This is what Bernie's fighting against. It shouldn't be this hard for good, honest, sincere, trustworthy people to be able to get into government. Let's get back to the article. Unsurprisingly, the arrangement is ruffling more than a few feathers, notably among some participating state party officials and their allies. They grumble privately that Clinton is merely using them to subsidize her own operation, while her allies overstate her support for their parties and knock Sanders for not doing enough to help the party. Yeah, they said, if you're a Democrat, if you're a true Democrat, Bernie, why aren't you donating to the state parties, Democratic state parties? Soon after that, he went and endorsed 3 women in state parties. I think they're running for Senate, if I'm correct. Don't quote me on that. And anyway, back to this. Indeed, an official with one participating state party who asked to remain anonymous for fear of drawing the ire of the DNC and the Clinton campaign says it's a one-sided benefit. Now, I hope people are hearing this in the different states, and I hope the buzz is getting around, and that this is not just a rumor, this is facts, what she's doing, and that the superdelegates will hear this, and if they're not all that corrupted, they will change their vote to Bernie Sanders. If their state won. If the people voted Bernie Sanders and he came within the margin of error, because there's a number of states, I think it's like 5 or 6 states that he is within the margin of error, like a 1% difference, like a